Thank you for joining us today. Industry veteran David Feaster is talking with Brenda Spanier, ERP Product Manager, about the benefits of AFS ERP and how it works purpose-built for food service distribution.
Just a couple questions I'd like to review as we go through this introduction to our ERP, but one of the most important things that we've been encountering as we're attending all the different GPO shows was that many of the prospects that we've engaged with in the last few years have had some questions or stated their need for real-time or actual real-time visibility to access for their information, that it's critical for their being able to successfully leverage opportunities that are time-sensitive. Can you express some of the areas within our AFS ERP system that helps our customers gain this advantage?
Yes, I can, David. Thank you. What we have in ERP is real-time visibility to our inventory levels. So we know at any time the orders that are coming in on POs. We know what orders we have allocated against our inventory. So at any given time, we know what our customer demand is. We also have full traceability in our system. So if there is a product recall, you can easily know where that, from the point that product came in till the point it was delivered, where it has been.
Interesting. You know, some of the other topics we've heard, and I think we all hear about this these days, is artificial intelligence. And, you know, in what areas of our AFS ERP system do we leverage AI to help our customers come to decisions or conclusions that in the past they would potentially had to address manually without the aid of industry-specific insightful programming?
We have automated buying tools, and so we have suggested purchase orders where you can put in specific to a vendor or a product what the lead times are, what your demand is, what your purchasing increments are, so you know exactly what you need to order to fulfill your average day usage. And you can set minimums and maximums, and so it helps the buyers in determining what they need to purchase going forward.
You know, you make a great point there. And as far as buyers, you know, they're always looking for more information. And I guess one of the things, again, that we hear quite often is that, you know, we all know that food service is a nickel and dime profit model. Not that our customers are nickel and diming them by the sales team, but more to the point that it's not retail, and our customers really don't appreciate the same margins as retail. So it's even more important than ever to have a system that tracks every opportunity for profit. Can you take a second and speak to the benefits of our deal and rebates tracking and how it reflects true values in the general ledger?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked, because this is really the heart of our system, is the deals module and what we have available to you. We all know that in this industry that our profits are extremely low, and the heart of your business is the deals that you're getting from your vendors. And without visibility to that information, you don't know, and you could easily lose money coming from your vendors. So within ERP, we have full deal tracking on the vendor side and the customer side. We can handle pretty much any kind of deal that you would ever come across. We've already built that into the system. But the great thing about our deals is that it flows directly to our profitability reports. So you can see true profitability on a customer and an order or a specific product. It also is fully integrated with our general ledger. So when an order is received from a vendor, we are accruing right now what your potential income is going to be and who owes you the money. On the flip side, if I am going to be giving rebates out to a customer, I know right away what my liabilities are. So it's wonderful that it's all fully integrated into the system.
You know, it really is a penny and nickel type business, and you know, we recognize that those small margins add up. You know, if you're making pennies on thousands of sales orders, it truly does add up. So how does our ERP system help to accurately incorporate those costs, the burdens, the pads, profit in the calculation of a suggested fully loaded cost basis?
Well, with ERP, because we are a purpose-built system, we are purpose-built for your industry. And that's what makes us unique, is that we understand your price costing and pricing models. And so we have unlimited ways that you can add pads or burdens onto your cost. And the cost doesn't have to be just the inventory cost that it came in at. You set that cost and you add your pads and burdens on, and then you can add additional cost plus onto that to get to the price of your customer. But we don't stop there. We also have retail pricing that you can put in, suggested retail pricing, so that that can show up on your invoice if you need that as well. We also have promotional discounts that you can take on off the price at the end. And again, our deals also plays into this whole pricing model.
You know, profits and being able to set that up and knowing that when you sell the item, you're going to attain the profits that you expect, you know, that's fantastic. So what type of tools does our AFS ERP provide to the company so that they can actually properly incentivize the salespeople? What types of flexible commission structures do we have that can be leveraged?
Mm-hmm. We've worked closely with many people in the industry to see what kind of commission structures they use, and we have built that into the system. So we have many opportunities for you you can have structures for individual sales reps. We could have a different commission structure for customers or a specific group of products or an individual product. Maybe you're pushing a specific product that you really want the sales reps to push out there, so you can have a different commission structure for that. The commissions can be based on a percent of gross sales or margins or number of units. We can also have minimums. They have to hit a minimum. So we're very flexible in that, and find that, you know, this really meets the various companies' needs. We also, at the time that the order is posted, you also are accruing what your liability is for those commissions. So again, we're flowing directly to the general ledger, so you have real-time visibility as to what your assets and liabilities are.
You know, we've been speaking about real-time visibility, artificial intelligence, deals and rebates, flexible pricing, and commissions, which I see as information that's consumable if it's available. In other words, does it appear, or where does it appear within our system in the GL? Why is our ERP's GL specific to our industry, and what sets it apart from other providers?
Right, and as I've mentioned, you know, as we've been talking, how we are fully integrated into the general ledger. We don't have end-of-day process where you can't go back and run any reports. Everything is flowing into the general ledger on a regular basis, so you know exactly where you are financially. We also have full audit trail of all transactions. So we meet all GAAP requirements. We have the ability to drill back from our general ledger all the way back to the transactions that created that. You know, and this is where what makes us unique from a lot of different companies is that many of them, they do great on the inventory piece, but you have to have a separate third-party general ledger, and that's not the case with us. We're all fully integrated, giving your management the tools that they need to know where they stand at any given time.
Yeah, it's amazing, but we have so many features. But as I begin to understand all of this, the AFS ERP system amasses, sounds like, a tremendous amount of actionable information that's actually hidden inside the data. But you know, everybody's so busy these days. You know, how do they know when there's something to act on? Are they just stumbling upon the opportunity, or is there a little genie in the system that magically informs them of an opportunity that they need to take advantage of?
Well, we have the little genie. So you can set up event messaging so that when a particular transaction happens in a system that you want to be made aware of, somebody is going to get an email. So you could be notified when a PO is received short, so that you're not later when you're trying to fulfill orders, you realize that you're short product. You can know right then and there. You can be notified when a customer places an order over a certain dollar amount, maybe a certain percent of their account balance. So it gives you insight as to potential issues that might be coming up. You could also have event notifications where when somebody's setting up a customer or a product and you want to capture a certain piece of information, if that information isn't completed, somebody gets notified. So there's just unlimited ways that you can use our event notification to keep you informed on a timely basis.
That's amazing, and I appreciate learning about all this that's available in our system, but as a user, do I have to initiate or kick this off, or do I rely on somebody else to provide it to me when I need it?
We have a job scheduling module, and the job scheduling module will do a variety of things. You can schedule reports. So many reports in the system, or all the reports in the system, you can have them already set up, have them emailed to you. So when you arrive in the morning or later in the afternoon, that information is sitting there on your computer. The job scheduler will do repetitive tasks. So posting of transactions and various things like that. So it could run your suggested purchase order. So when a buyer comes in the morning, that suggested purchase order has already been created, and all they have to do is go in and review it. So great opportunities in our job scheduling.
Fantastic. And I've only got a couple more questions. I really appreciate your time this morning, but just briefly, what other important areas or solutions help our customers better manage their business on a daily basis?
In our accounts receivable area, we have a lot of tools that really allow you to manage your credit that you're extending to customers. We have credit hold capabilities where you can place a customer on a hard hold or a soft hold, which prevents maybe the order from being taken if they're a customer that's really in serious trouble. Or you have a soft hold where, they owe you money and you want to be made aware of it. You're going to approve it and allow that order to go through, but it allows you the opportunity to know that an order has been placed. We also have the ability to email invoices and email statements. We have a collections module, which I think is phenomenal. The collections module allows me to focus in on the problems, not running through an AR aging report through 35 pages of it and trying to find the customers that are the issue. I can easily interact with this module and see who do I have to call. I have all the information readily available. Who do I have? The phone numbers, the names. I have what invoices. I can even drill all the way into the invoices. I can capture notes, the full tracking of who I have called. That information can appear on an aging report if we want. But I also can set up ticklers, so it's reminders for your credit reps to make those calls. So I think it's a great tool, along with a lot of the other things that we have in accounts receivable for you to manage that credit you're extending. We also have standard electronic reporting to many different customers that we have found throughout the industry. Also, various organizations, the various buying groups, Unipro and Frosty Acres, and some of the big ones that we've already created those interfaces for you. We have really robust reports available. All of our reports are crystal reports. They're easily modifiable. They're easily exportable. So we export cleanly into many different report formats, PDF, Excel, Word, HTML, pretty much the host of what you would need in exports, we have that available.
That's amazing. And as far as importing and exporting, I have one last question for you, and I truly appreciate your time and know how valuable it is. But one thing I'm sure everybody's going to want to know is that when they engage with AFS to adopt our ERP system, what products and best practices do we have that help them take their existing data as they're migrating? And then also, do we have standard import-export capabilities that our users exercise on a daily basis? Can you provide a quick overview of some of the tools that are utilized to reduce the time and, more importantly, eliminate those errors that are most common when manually inputting data?
Great. Yes, when people are coming off of a legacy system and coming into our ERP system, we have standard imports available. And so you can easily bring in your customers' products, vendors, and a variety of other information easily from your legacy system. You're not manually keying in everything. But the cool thing is that these imports can also be used on a regular daily basis. So we have people using a standard AR cash import. You know, more and more people are going electronic, so their customers are providing them the information of that payment. And we can import that directly in so somebody isn't manually keying in those cash receipts. We can import purchase orders. You know, I've found in my years of doing implementation that there are buyers that really want to just enter in their purchase order on a spreadsheet, and they're used to that. And why change them from what they're accustomed to doing? So we have created imports so they can import that purchase order into the system. Journal entries. I mean, many of us do journal entries where we're getting the information electronically. We can easily just put that into a spreadsheet, import that into the system. AP vouchers, so many times, you know, you can get the information either through EDI. We have that capability as well as importing all the EDIs, but you could import the information from a vendor and have that voucher created for you. There's a whole host of areas that we allow you to be able to bring this information in. So we have found that working with people, we have learned how do they work, and rather than making them work the way we want our system to work, we're creating our system to work for you.
You know, Brenda, I always find my time whenever I have an opportunity to speak with you to be very valuable. It's obvious that you have a deep domain experience within food service, and I truly appreciate your time. So thank you so much for answering my questions today, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you, David.
Have a great day, Brenda.
Okay, you too.
That concludes our presentation. Thanks to David and Brenda for taking the time today. For more information, feel free to reach out to us at afsi.com or through any of our microsites for food service distribution or at our news site. Again, thanks for joining us.